Welcome to Happily Distracted. I'm Layla. I put the HD in ADHD. Around here, distraction isn't the problem, it's the party. Hey, Joe, welcome to Happily Distracted.
I'm glad to be here.
Well, I am so excited today, everyone, because we have Just Joe is fine from TikTok, and he's joining us today.
I am from more than just TikTok. I am from real life
Yes, he is.
and YouTube, but yeah, it's just like a side thing.
It's a fun side thing, right?
It is, yes.
Okay, well, I just want to jump right in. How have you been happily distracted these days?
Oh my gosh. Family. It's been a busy year. Happily distracted is in what I'm finding myself more leaning to would be television. My wife and I don't get a lot of time together, so we spend a lot of time trying to find the right show to watch.
Okay.
I think to bond over, and everything seems to be on Apple Plus now. So,
Well, I'm curious. What show is that?
right now we're doing Friends and Neighbors. I love me some John Hamm, and the show is actually much better than I thought it was. Not at all what it was pushed out to be. I
Okay.
think, which is I don't know. It was interesting, and we're not wasting time. But it's like once we put our kids down, I have two small children that take up all my time and energy. So like at the end of the night, it's like, what are we doing? Like, let's just fucking relax, man. Like turn our brains off, get happily distracted.
I love it.
Yes.
I love chill time. So I know a little something about you because I see you at my gym. And I just want to make sure we mention the fact that didn't you have a graduation recently?
Yes, that's another thing I was happily distracted with, was school. So for the past 2 years, I've been getting my, working on a degree for addictions counseling and human services. I found out yesterday that I got 2 certificates. So I graduated with that, and I'm going back in the fall to get my associates and then on to bachelor's, master's, all that.
I love it.
Yes.
That is absolutely incredible. So why did you choose addiction counseling as your degree?
Oh, because I'm a fucking junkie.
Yes, get it right
Yes,
into it, Joe.
yes. So years ago, when I got out of the military, my brother was also a heroin addict, and I fell right into that very easily. I was drinking and then found heroin, and I was like, man, this is it, right? Like this is, I just felt better on it, I think. But what it did was just push everything down, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. And it was a crazy ride. And it, of course, does not last. Eventually, it consumes you. I ended up dropping out of school. I was homeless for a bit. Unhomed, I think is the term now.
Okay.
And yeah, I guess getting clean, the years that's taken, that was 10 years ago, last time I shot heroin. And then quit drinking 2 years ago.
I love
And
it.
I just, I don't know, a lot of people helped me along the way, and I saw how a lot of people needed help,
Yes.
and I was able to help people within the program, mostly just joking around, it seemed like,
For sure.
So that was it was something I definitely wanted to do.
I love it. I think I enjoy your TikTok so much because you're so open about your past. Being in the military, being in recovery. When did you decide to start sharing it so publicly?
So I was never involved in NA or AA before when I first got off of heroin. I wasn't just heroin, it was everything, man. Like, I smoked a lot of crack too, meth, anything and everything, right?
Yeah.
Like garbage head. And I was in that rock and roll life, right? And fuck, man, like, what was the question? Oh, when I started being open about it.
Yeah, because I think that's what I admire so much about you.
It's the stigma around it. Like, people don't want to talk about it. And like back then, people are much more open about it now since the heroin epidemic and the opioid epidemic. Like really kind of like, was put out there in the media and it was everywhere and we talked about it constantly. But before that, it was like, oh, you're a junkie. Like, oh, that's terrible. And yeah, it is. Yes. But like, you can't get help unless you want to talk about it. So I just started telling everybody, man, like strangers on the fucking bus, like just to kind of like, ease the stigma for me to talk about it, because at first everyone has that shame and guilt that's built in from that. And it's not just from using, I think it's from everything that surrounds the use. the lying, the stealing, the cheating, like just the terrible things that you do when you want to get high, right?
Right.
Like, and the things that you're willing to do to get high. Holy shit, the things you're willing to do. Like your flexible morals, you
Yes.
know?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
talking about it, being open about it, and, through TikTok or social media in general, being open about it, a lot of people have reached out or they've been like, hey, that means, me too, right? Like that,
right.
we do recover, or like, I got so many months clean or so many years or days. And it's inspiring that we are able to talk about it and that people are willing to talk about it.
Well, I have to say, um, uh, I love that you're so courageous because meeting you at the gym and seeing your TikToks and seeing how you share your story about your recovery has given me so much courage. And I think what I'm most scared of, but I'm working through it, and maybe today's the day. And by having you on, I think it's just how the universe lines up, because it's something that I've always been ashamed of sharing. So I feel like it's really important for people to share. And today's the day.
You
And
should share.
I know.
Share.
And when I saw you last week, I said, Joe is going to be my first show because Joe is so honest and open. And I feel like as we interact with people, it's really important to share our stories. So we all have our moments of when we decide to share. Mine's right now. And I want to know, when was your moment where you're like, I'm going to tell my story?
Well, hold on. Time out. You're all verklempt, and then you're like, "I'm gonna share." You go. No, no, no. I need to no, because you've alluded to in our past at the. It's not a gym. It's an athletic resort. Come on, we
Right.
go to a fancy place.
Which,
All
by the
right.
way, I'm the mayor.
Yes. Everybody knows you. So no. What was your thing?
I decided to use drugs at the age of 38. I was in a very tumultuous relationship that was incredibly abusive, and I never I never took care of that. I never addressed that trauma. I think because we were so focused on like the outside, and this person's successful, they have a good job, they do all these things. And then all of a sudden, it sort of reared its ugly head. And I was so angry about where my life was and what I was left with after my tumultuous divorce, that I literally just had a moment and I tried cocaine. And I can tell you, everybody's different, but have been diagnosed ADHD most of my life, but I never needed any medicine because I was better than that. And meantime, I'm bouncing off the walls. And the moment I tried cocaine, for me, I was like, this is my pot, because I was so calm and I was so relaxed. So it was a very different reaction for me and it felt great. And at that moment, I was like, this is for me. I really like this. I can do this all weekend. And basically, I can check out. So a lot of people think that's interesting because they're like, what do you mean? I was out all night. I could clean the house. And I was like, oh no, it was relaxing for me. It was very calming.
Yeah.
Now,
So it turned your brain off a little bit, right?
yes,
So you hear that in a lot of recovery stories. Like I hear these people like, "How did it start?" Right? And it's like, well, I was uncomfortable with who I was, right? Like I was either anxious or you couldn't figure it out. There was just like a
right,
part that was wrong or
exactly.
felt wrong, a part that wasn't addressed, that like something you weren't fully aware of, right? And then you drink or you use and that goes away.
That's
And you're
right.
like, "Oh man, is this what everybody else feels like all the time? Like normal?" And then call them earthlings. Like all these earthlings out there, like that just feel this way. Like I want to keep that up, and then you start chasing that, and you're like, It's self-medicating,
A
you
hundred
know.
percent. And you think you're having a lot of fun. I mean, I think about just in terms of some of the symptoms of ADHD and my OCD and my impulsiveness. So in the beginning, you're like, this is great, this is awesome. But then there's a moment in which it's no longer fun, but it becomes a part of your life.
Yeah,
And your brain changes. I think people don't really address the fact that it changes the chemical makeup of your brain. So your normal way of thinking kind of leaves the building.
yeah, definitely.
Like I was joking this morning when I did one of my videos. I was like, gosh, people ask me all the time, oh my God, I can't believe you go to the gym at 5. You're such an early morning person. And I literally want to look at them, and now I'm going to just say it, but I want to go, Yeah. It's better than me going to the ATM at 5 a.m. and meeting a drug dealer at 5 a.m.
Yes.
Pick your battles,
Yeah.
And so I think I just had some moments. And to be honest, it's one of those things where everybody thinks, "Oh, this is great. I can handle it." And rather than addressing the deep things that were within me that I needed to address, cocaine was my drug of choice. Um, and I was really good at scoring it, as they say, because my personality is I have a pretty good personality, so I can make friends with everybody.
Yeah.
And when you find yourself making friends with people that you necessarily don't won't bring home to your house or to your children,
Yes.
you realize your life is starting to change.
Oh, so funny story. You're talking about like having a good time, right?
Yeah,
Like I would like I didn't drink when I was shooting heroin because you can die. Like,
right.
and I was being safe, dumbass.
Right. Like I didn't take my ADHD medicine because the cocaine and then I was going to do that night was much better.
Oh
So,
yeah, yeah. Don't want to mix it up. Jesus.
absolutely.
But I remember one time. I'm laughing now, but like my brother and I, we were hanging out with this dude we were all smoking crack, and this dude had just gotten out of prison for murder, and I was like, yeah, this is my life, right? Like this is PG County shit. And I was like, this is definitely what I want to do, right? I want to get involved in that. I want to learn what that world is like. And I did not like what I learned. Holy shit. This guy, he was like, we were smoking and he couldn't get a hold of his girlfriend, who was a prostitute. And he was like, we're going to go find my girlfriend. She's at this trap house. You got to come with me. And I was like, I'm not doing that. Like, she's not answering the phone. Like, there was a whole mass text before that, some shit. And anyway, I said, I'm not going. So he started choking me out and he pulled a fucking knife on me. My brother was there. He's a big dude, saved me. And I went running away. But they ended up going to this house and there was like, it was a murder scene, felt like,
I
from what I
bet.
was told. I don't know if they ever found the girl or not, but holy shit, man. Like, I'm like, that's smoking crack. Like,
Right,
and I was like,
right.
at the time, I was like, this is great. Like, this is something to write about. What the fuck am I going to do with this memory now? Like, I have to talk to my therapist about this.
Right, and you'll never forget it.
Yeah, no.
And
Yeah.
some of those moments I think that are the sober moments when you're by yourself now and I'm like I just sometimes I'll shiver and I'm like, "Oh Lord, thank God." I like what? So, I don't know. I just think that I think it's important that we share our stories because I think people look at us and they see us today and they don't know those moments. And you never know what someone's going through. And I just feel it is my like inside to bring this to the forefront and to
Yeah.
be open and honest with it because people want to talk. And I know that whenever I speak to people who are honest about it, at that moment, that's when I share my story because there's something that people who suffer from addiction, I think it's like an unspoken rule that if you're talking to me about it and I haven't mentioned it in my conscience, I have to share it with you
Yeah.
because I feel the most comfortable as well, right?
Yeah.
Like because you understand, you get it. Everybody's path is different. Everybody's addictions are different. But if it gets in the way of you living your best life, then it's something you have to remove.
Yeah.
And, I remember the moment when I walked upstairs and I remember my mom was like, "Hey, Layla, can you come upstairs?" Now, mind you, I'd partied for 3 days straight. And I remember like that weekend thinking, this is exhausting. I have to survive Monday through Friday. And then I'm partying for 3 days on the weekends. And I remember walking upstairs, my sister, who's my best friend, was sitting up there, and both of my parents and this lady. And I was like, I'm busted.
Yeah.
I'm not hiding this. Apparently, I didn't hide it. And it's time. And I remember my parents reading me those letters because I had the quintessential intervention. But it didn't take me long because I was like, yes, I'll go. And then I remember looking at my sister and I'm like, am I going to have like to get on a plane or something? Because I was so used to that show. And I just remember being exhausted. And at that moment, I just started deleting phone numbers because I just was like, I don't want to live this life anymore. I'm making everything so hard. And the anger that I was feeling from my trauma and my hurt, I was turning it on myself.
Mm.
And that's that moment where you say, no more. So I didn't go to AA, and I believe that everybody needs to do what works for them. To be honest with you, I remember partying with a bunch of people and looking at them, and I thought, wow, they're really aging. And then I looked at myself and I'm like, bitch, you're about to age too. And that was a big moment for me because you may not know this about me, but I'm a little vain.
What?
Yeah, I know my humility is overwhelming. But that was something it was that moment. And it's one day at a time. But I remember the first weekend of not getting high and not meeting Omar at 4 a.m. And by the way,
Did you go inpatient?
I did what you during the day
Okay.
because it was because of my
Intensive
job,
outpatient,
intensive
IOP. Yep.
outpatient. I did IOP and I did it like for the first week was every day. And I will tell you, since you can get this because you're a heroin addict, I remember going to one of the meetings and it was the first week. And everybody was talking, and they're all up there, and they're getting their Suboxone and stuff. And they now, mind you, it was my first week, and they're like, "How are you doing?" And I'm like, "How am I doing? I'm fucking pissed. I'm really fucking pissed because I cannot sleep. I'm having difficulty sleeping, and everybody here gets Suboxone. I'm a goddamn cocaine addict, and you're not giving me anything except for like some trazodone. What the hell?" And then they were like, "All right, that's good. We're getting somewhere."
No, I get it. So I was on methadone for like a year and a half.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I was doing intensive outpatient for a year and a half. Like I was going like it was like 4 days a week, and then it was 3 days a week, 2 days a
Wow.
week, and then it was like 1 day a week, and then like I just stopped checking in, but they kept giving me methadone. I was like, all right, cool. And that was about when I started using on top of methadone on a relapse. And I remember going to those places that everybody was like, I was tired of being sick, man. Like, and I'm glad that methadone existed to like help get you clear. I would never go on it again. I went cold turkey my last time.
Good for you.
I thought I wanted to fucking die. Oh my God.
Well, it's the hardest. It has the longest half-life.
Well, like, so I think coming off of methadone, I was like, oh, this is gonna be worse. So I started taking Suboxone. I was buying Suboxone off the street and shit, like,
Of course.
and then going back to heroin. I was like running with the same crew. So it was important that you said delete the phone numbers because you got to change your whole lifestyle.
Everything has to change.
Get rid of everybody, like just clean house. And I did that. And but I remember being so sick. This is after like one of my guys got locked up and it was a crazy nonsense. And I was like, I don't have anywhere to get drugs anymore. Oh my gosh. And I wouldn't get out of bed unless I knew how to, like, a way to get high. Like, I would hustle, stuff like that. But, like, I remember being so sick one day. And I don't know, you get, like, a song stuck in your head.
Yes.
I had a fucking movie stuck in my head. It was The Road with Viggo Mortensen, which is the most depressing fucking movie I have ever seen in my life. And it was just, like, on repeat in my head. Like, just the feeling of that movie.
Oh my gosh. And you're getting physically sick at
Yeah.
this time because of the withdrawal.
And I know I went to film school, and I'm big into movies.
Okay.
I love the whole, like, every part about it. Like, I was like, I'm gonna be a writer and a producer, and I'm gonna do stuff with my life, and then smoke crack. And it's gonna be great. I can do everything. But I remember having that movie stuck in my head. And I was like, I never want that again. So they have this whole method in recovery called play the whole tape.
Oh.
I don't know if you ever heard of that, but play the whole tape is like before you drink or use, like, think about where that's gonna go, right? Play
how it's
play
gonna
play
look.
how it ended. Like, like you can remember like it's a toxic relationship, right? And I was married to a stripper. So like I can tell you it's toxic. I mean, it wasn't not all strippers, but this particular one was very toxic.
Shout out the strippers. Everybody's
Yes.
got to work.
Yes, exactly. I did it. Fuck it. The things you'll do to get high. Anyway, like it's this toxic relationship that it's easy to remember like how great the sex is, but like there's nothing else there, man. Like you're fighting the rest of the time. Like it's just passionate, this relationship you have with your drug of choice. And then like when I got off of heroin, when I got off of it my second time, I remember, no, third or fourth time, it was like the last time, whichever that was.
Okay.
I called my old Connect and I was like, hey, like I need to, and they were like, no, like they were like it was like a very friendly. She's like, I'm gonna block your number and we're not gonna talk
The
anymore.
drug
Like,
dealer's cutting you off.
You weren't just clean for 9 months inpatient in a fucking VA hospital, like working on yourself, and you get out and you're like, I want to use. Like I was like, I pulled my back out, like total bullshit. Like I'm in pain, man. Because I think like when you're using any kind of opioid or painkiller, like there was a study done about how long, like your pain tolerance, right? So they
Right.
did this test where they, or this experiment where they had people who had never used opioids put their hands in ice water, and it was like how long they could hold it in for, and it was like for many minutes. I don't know I'm not gonna do research for this.
I've seen it.
But yeah, and then they showed opiate addicts. It's like seconds almost. They were like had to pull it out. They're like, oh, that's really like because like you respond differently. So like
Right, your pain. I've learned a lot about that of the opioid market. I actually sold in the opioid market. So it is very true. So your pain tolerance is so low,
yes,
and given the fact that this is a whole other podcast, but what they did with the pain scale and things like
yeah,
that, they didn't really. It did not help people.
no, and that's another reason why I'm not a big fan of methadone either. Same kind of stuff. That's like Suboxone, methadone. I mean, like it's good maintenance. I'm not a big fan of it. Works for some people. I feel that it mitigates symptoms. It
Yeah,
doesn't address the problem.
it doesn't, and I think I think it needs to be addressed from a mental health perspective,
Yeah,
a medical perspective. But I think what we can just both admit that in the recovery industry, there really is no path to get off of methadone or to get off of Suboxone. Like if someone asks you, how do you get off of that stuff? There's really no schedule
yeah.
on that. And I think that hopefully as we have discussions like this, that people will have that discussion because I think that needs to be a part of a recovery discussion.
Yeah, from my perspective, it's just delaying the inevitable, right?
Right.
For me, it was like
Right.
methadone was just delaying the inevitable. It's gonna suck for a little bit. But what I learned about recovery is that no matter how bad it is, you're not gonna die.
That is so true.
Well, unless it's like alcohol or
Or
benzos,
of course.
that could fucking kill you. Yes.
Or, you get into a drunk driving accident or somebody
Yeah.
shoots you.
Yeah.
One of those things.
And you said you're not you're not in the programs, right?
No,
No, no.
I'm not. I made that decision that day, and that was it for me.
Nice.
And this is what I always tell people. I told someone this morning. I never want someone to compare their story to my story and so
Oh, yeah.
forth because I was one and done. That was it for me. But I will tell you, I don't ever want someone else to feel different because that's not how they recovered. Because I believe very strongly, if I hear someone say, "Oh my God, he's been to rehab 6 times," I will run across the room and say, "Well, I hope that person goes for the 7th time
Yeah.
and the 8th time," because you have to have compassion around addiction and you have to understand it.
Yeah.
And when you understand it, when you understand the way the brain has been hijacked, you will literally have more compassion around it.
Yes.
And I think that's what we need to have. I feel like when people see me every day, and you see me pretty much every day,
Every day.
when I, because I'm always at the gym working out the entire 3 hours that I waste. Okay, we all know I come for 3 hours, work out for 20 minutes. But part of my recovery when I'm dancing around and I'm just smiling and I'm enjoying people, that's really important to me. I get dopamine from that.
Yeah.
Right. So people say, "Oh my God, Layla, you just love life. You just enjoy life." And I'm like, I sure do. And as they're walking away, I want to go, because I almost died. I was on drugs. And now that's kind of how I feel. I want to be like, you know why? This is not a cliche. I don't take this for granted.
Yeah.
So I think the road to recovery is just so awesome. And it's not easy. I tell people the hard things are still hard.
Yeah.
But damn it, do you know how much easier they are when you haven't been up for 72 hours?
Yeah. Dude, shit. I tell people all the fucking time, man. So I'm big in meetings, right?
Right.
I'll blow up my anonymity like fucking crazy. I don't care. But I love AA, right? Because I found out that through my recovery, like when I got out of rehab for heroin and I just started drinking, right? And it was casual. Then I look back and I was like, man, I've had to drink every day for 6 years. Like, what
Wow.
the fuck, man? And like not drinking is easy, right? Like I tell people that like not drinking is easy. Living life sober is fucking hard, man. Like I'm like every time I gotta do it, I'm like I gotta do this fucking sober. Oh my God, man. Like in my sobriety, both my parents died, right? Like my mom had cancer and she passed last July. My dad had 2 strokes, and then he was on hospice and it was just over really quick. And I was in school and I was trying to stay sober and like both times, like when my father died and then I got the call about my mom, and I was there for her at the end. It was an excellent opportunity to drink. And I heard that in a meeting. And that's one of the reasons why I go to meetings. I hear these things, right? These like attitudes of platitudes, this fucking same shit over and over and over again. And seeing how similar our stories are. But like, it was the guy said he had lost somebody. He said it was an excellent opportunity to drink, and he went back in the rooms, and the rooms held him up until he was able to hold himself up, and it was having that community. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. This is that ADHD that we're talking about, right? It's just
I
like,
got
well,
plenty of it. I'm all over the
yes,
place.
all over the place.
Well, that's
And
because we're happily distracted
yes,
too.
yes. Oh, I was gonna say, like, so that connection that you get from meetings, all that, because you're not in the meetings, but you get that at the athletic resort,
I do.
not the gym.
I do.
And yeah, and that's. Do you think that maybe? And this is just a question. I'll
Go
ask you.
for it. I love it.
So when you started doing cocaine, because I used to do a lot of cocaine too, and that was a party drug for me. And I was like, yeah, I get to go to the bar, all this stuff, stay up. But the people I hung around were always so happy because they were also on cocaine. And I'm wondering, in the gym or when you seek that connection, do you think that you were getting that with the people that around you? Like, I mean, do you still talk to anybody from
No, I think what it is that I've always had this. I have a huge personality. Okay,
massive?
right, and so I think when I was on cocaine, I didn't talk to anybody.
Really?
People would be around me, and I just would check out, and it really exacerbated my OCD symptoms. So let me give you an example. If there's a group of people, they're all doing cocaine, I would do my cocaine, and I would be like, put on my headphones and put on music, and I would just listen to the same song over and over again. If someone said, "Hey, Layla," I'd be like, hold on a second. Now I have to start the song over again. Rewind, rewind, rewind. So I think for me that was a difference. I mean,
Do you read the same books all the time?
I don't read.
Do you know how?
I don't read. Reading's
Okay.
not for me.
Okay,
I
yeah,
only
no.
read I read
Do you watch the same movies or watch the same shows over and
no.
over?
Oh
Okay.
no. I barely watch movies. I'm not a movie person.
Can't sit still.
Absolutely. And
That's why you're on TikTok and shit. Like, it's just like
TikTok,
this is
you
like
don't stop.
yeah, like short clips, easy content consumption, and then move on.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
And honestly, I think I've always been funny. Like I was class clown in high school. I've always was a funny person, super friendly. So I feel like those skills were great in terms of scoring.
Yes, very magnetic.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
trusted me. They're like, "Oh my gosh, sure." And also, I was working in corporate America, so I had
So you
access
started
to an
selling drugs.
ATM.
Yeah, you started selling.
I was like,
yeah.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But I had access to an ATM, right? So everybody's your friend
Yes.
when you are paying for things, right? And then you can hide within, you can hide your shame with people. And I remember looking around and people were like, "Oh, you don't have to do this. You're awesome." And I thought, wait a second, like I know better and I like to rise to really good occasions and I have really,
Yeah.
I was like, and none of these people give a shit.
No one. He said, "What? No one's thinking about you as much as you're thinking about you."
That
And
is
like
exactly right.
that's from Schitt's Creek from Alexis.
Yeah.
I love that fucking show.
That show's easy for me to like. That kind of stuff is easy for me to binge watch. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
it's because like my wife and I are rewatching it now.
Oh,
and,
that's funny.
And the reason it's because it's not like the characters is the shit that they go through. They still come out on top because of their perseverance, their family, like their reconnection, like that kind of thing. It's positive forward movement.
Absolutely.
But I remember like when I quit drinking, right? I used to go to the same bar for the same happy hour because it was $7. I could spend and get 2 beers and then a shot for $7. And I would like cut out of work and I would do the same thing every fucking day, right? And when I quit drinking, all the people from the bar were like texting me.
Where
calling
are
me.
you, man?
Yeah, yeah. No, none of that fucking happened because they didn't fucking care. Like no one noticed that I was gone. Bartender didn't
Exactly.
notice. Like I was like,
Nobody cares.
Yeah, no one gives a shit,
It's
man.
just nobody cares, and I just think it's one of those moments. And my God, I remember my son was in high school, and I like had like what, maybe 2-3 years sober, and he and his friends, I remember driving them places and cooking for them, and I was like, oh my gosh, could you imagine if my kids were leaning over my casket because mommy wasn't there? And honestly, one of the biggest motivators people say is it your children. And I would say it's for myself, right? My kids get the benefits from it, but just be able to be myself. And I think my children have always accepted me for who I am, a little hyper, a little loud, a little fun. And I think just really stepping into like, this is me, this is Layla.
Yeah.
I think that was the biggest difference in learning about this person and being okay with me.
Yeah,
And I think that made such a difference, which allowed me just to be more empowered to live my life exactly the way I live out loud.
How many kids do you have?
I have two. I
2.
know I look amazing. I
Incredible.
mean,
Yeah. And you said over your coffin, and then you mentioned before that you almost died.
yeah.
I need to hear that.
Okay.
I want to
So,
hear your almost death story.
okay. So my almost death story was partying for like 3 days straight and um, just getting a massive sense of anxiety. And I remember someone said, "Oh, you know what? You should take this. It'll make you feel better." And I think it was like Valium.
Yeah.
And then I woke up and I was in the ER. And I was
Shit.
like, I had no idea what was happening. But I almost died.
Oh my gosh.
And I just remember going on that Monday to do more cocaine.
Yeah. Yeah. Get back at it.
Right.
That's some Nikki Sixx moment
I
shit,
mean,
right? Like,
right. No, it's true. And being like, oh, that was because I did too much and I did that and that. But it was weird. I literally went down and that was it. And then I will tell you, it's like things start to escalate.
mm-hmm.
And I remember just having that weekend where I was like just avoiding the family. I didn't even want to come home, this or that. And I was exhausted. And then I just remember thinking I was going to work in the morning. And my mom's like, hey, Layla, can you come over? Can you come
That was the
upstairs?
intervention. I was gonna wonder how long until after the
Yeah,
ER
2 weeks.
visit.
It was 2 weeks.
Well, 2 weeks to write letters, to sit down, like plan the whole the shebang out.
Yeah. And until this day,
It's a surprise party.
it is.
Yeah.
And I was like, I remember walking up the steps and I was like, all right. Because you really, listen, you've been found out, but guess what? You weren't hiding shit.
Yeah. Oh, they all fucking know.
And it was funny because on that Saturday before my intervention, I remember driving home and looking at people walking in Crofton. It's like there's a Crofton Parkway. And I remember going, I used to be that person. I used to walk at 7 a.m. Oh my gosh. And then I remember like saying, I used to dream. And I don't think I'm dreaming anymore. And I don't know if you ever have those moments, but I was like, damn, what am I doing with my life? Like, I want to be big things. And it was just something that hit me. I used to be like, I was in great shape. And that's another thing. People think that those things won't happen to them. Like, oh, I could handle this. And it's like, nobody handles it.
No.
And before I knew it, I was like 30 pounds overweight and, sugar tasted
So
great.
you were a whole 90 pounds? Like,
Yeah. Right. And that's another thing too. When people see me and they're like, oh my God, you're in such great shape and this or that. And I'm like, I think I need to start sharing with people, what I looked like when I was out of shape, when I
Yeah.
was on drugs and I gained weight. And even in my sobriety, I had a difficult time sort of managing food. Managing food because I like sugar too,
Yeah.
right? But I slowly got myself back to where I needed to be in terms of being in shape. And God knows I love it and I'm not letting go of that. But yeah, those are just interesting times. But I have to tell you, like, I am so fortunate for my family. They faced it head on. I have a really, really good friend who, till this day, never talks to me about it. But I know her and my mom were texting, emailing, on the phone together with my sister. And this woman's pretty amazing for that. It means a lot to me. But that's what it takes. And when I just remember having that moment. So now here I am with my podcast called Happily Distracted, which I am leaning into.
Yes, lean into
And
everything.
I'm not denying that this is me. And I don't know, I've just kind of found my happy place at the gym. And I get to meet people like you and all these different things. And I really find it so inspiring. But also, what I find inspiring is that I get to be myself.
That's what it takes, man.
It really does take that raw, hardcore, deep thought and doing the hard work to be sober.
I like to say that it's really kind of reaching that point where you're comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yes.
Right? Like
Not just a corporate term.
Yeah, no, I mean like being uncomfortable. Being uncomfortable is an opportunity for growth, right? Like it's like,
Yes.
all right, cool. Why am I uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Ask myself that. Like, and then like, is it that serious, or how can I learn? What can I learn from this?
Yeah. Well, I will tell you that I'm at that next stage of working through my uncomfortableness, which is sharing this story. And I think it's so hard sometimes when I say the words,
Yeah.
but maybe that's why it's easy for me to share it now. As I did on Friday, and I call it my drop the mic moment on TikTok, but I need to drop that mic more within my everyday people that I come in contact with. And the the crazy thing is I've met a lot of people at the gym who've shared their story with me, and it's been really pretty amazing. As I'm sharing my story, I'm learning a lot of things about people who look just like you and me, and
Yeah.
people have, their past. So,
Shit. Yeah.
woo.
I'm working in the fitness industry like 10 years, like giving tours at, different places and meeting people. And like, I've always been open about it there. And I'm like, yeah, like my fitness journey started with recovery.
Yeah,
And like, I'll mention that, like, I'm in recovery, and they go, yeah, me too. Or I know somebody, because everybody's affected by it.
absolutely.
It's impossible not to be affected by it. But I mean, my both my parents were addicts. Oh, I wouldn't say they're
Oh,
addicts. They
okay.
they used a lot. Like growing up, like there's a lot of stories of like called it crank back then. But I remember my dad said once, the family that does drugs together stays together.
I still always
And
remember those commercials like, hey man, you want some drugs? No
yeah,
thanks.
yeah, just say no, no.
No.
Well, my dad was like, offering the drugs, like,
Oh,
or
wow, that's hard.
yeah, he was
Right.
like, if you ever want to try a drug, just let me know and I'll get you the good stuff. And I was like, I'm 13
Wow.
years old and you're telling me this. What the fuck is wrong with you? But like at the time, you think that's normal, right? Like at the house I grew up in, a lot of like, I'm really kind of reconnecting with my father after he died, right? Like learning a lot more about him.
Mm.
He's a non-vet, crazy guy. But he was also he was a good listener and he had a lot of good things about him. But like I see a lot more of him and myself as I get older and in my recovery. But he was also that guy that's like, I'm just gonna stop. Like he quit smoking. He's like, I'm done. Drinking, he just stopped drinking when he was court ordered to. But like he stopped after that. The doctor said he was gonna die, and he was like, all right, cool. I
Right.
guess I'll stop. So he didn't understand addiction when it came to like me and my brother, like both his kids,
Mm.
fucking full blown addicts, right? Like
Wow.
we leaned into it. And we were like, yeah, man, we're like, proud of being junkies, or we're proud of this. Like, for some reason, like we found, I don't know, I guess because bad television, we idolized like,
Right.
Scarface and shit like that. And we're like, yeah, man, like that's the fucking cool dude.
Or even the teenage drinking on the
Yeah,
movies. I always say, I look at that and I think, damn, you don't know how many kids have those genes in them that might wake up that monster. So it's
yeah,
all fun and games until the gene says, all right,
yeah. This is it, man. Like,
you
yeah,
know?
I feel comfortable now. I feel good in my skin. I didn't like how I felt. I was shy, or I was, like self conscious, or whatever it is. And you drink and you get more powerful. But like, I don't know. I'm gonna go back to something you said earlier too, which
Yeah.
is the moment you were coming, your mom said, "Hey, can you come upstairs?" Or like you'll always remember these moments, or you see somebody and you're like, "That used to be me." Like I remember, I've never seen my dad cry. I know he struggled with suicide, and depression, and as did I. It's a family tradition.
I swear you're adding that humor.
Um, but I remember I was using, and I had just cashed a check for like $600-700 from selling a firearm that was legally owned and obtained. I sold it. It was a cashier's check. I had to go cash this check, and then I had to go back to my house to go grab it. And like my friend had picked me up, and she was dealing to me, and I was so fucking blasted. And I remember walking into the house, and like it was very weird. Like I probably highest I've been in a long time. Like because I used to be like, oh, I'm just using enough to like feel okay and not be sick. I'm gonna make this last. But no, I was fucking blitzed, man. And I walk in there, and my dad like sees me, and like I don't know, I'll never forget the look on his face, and he was like crying, and he was just like it was like a look of like dad disappointment. I was like, oh, now you want to be a
Mm.
father after all these fucking years, with that disappointed dad look, and I'll never forget that. And then I OD'd in the car, and my friend kicked me out of it, and then I was in the hospital.
Wow.
Another friend came and got me, took me to the ER at the hospital, and they took me to the VA, and I was in there for a bit.
Wow.
Um, but yeah, I'll never forget the look on my dad's face, but then I'll never also forget him dancing with my wife at our wedding.
So I see. There you go. I
Like so, but like again, you gotta
hope
play the whole fucking tape, right?
play the
Play
tape.
the whole fucking tape.
And I tell you what, I didn't know that was the exact term, but I play that tape,
Yeah.
and that is why I'm like, I am so grateful to be here, and it is not a cliche,
No, man,
and
and
and I'm here by luck.
yeah, I think we're all here on coincidence of circumstance.
Well, can I just say that when I recognize that I'm here, and it is by luck for me in a way, and I don't disrespect that because there's so many families who can't say that.
Yeah, no, I work with I talk to a lot of veterans, and when I was in the VA hospital, I met a lot of guys, and of the ones that when I was in the VA the last time, in Martinsburg, of everyone who was there for heroin, I am the last one, right? Like everybody's gone.
Wow.
I mean, some of the guys that were there for alcohol, like I still talk to them. I was in one of their weddings.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Really good dude, man. A Marine vet, fucking crazy guy, man. But
Do you ever pinch yourself? Like I pinch myself every day because there's so many, I just enjoy so many little things. And so I just pinch myself because I'm like, yes, because I played that tape.
yeah,
Now that I'm going to start using that now, like, because I played that tape.
yeah,
So anyway, so let's talk about sobriety
yes.
because there's a funny side of sobriety.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like I got some serious spidey senses. I can notice things from a mile away. You can't lie to me. I've seen that shit
Yeah.
before. So in terms of the funny side of sobriety, what made you start talking in the car directly for Just Joe is fine?
If I'm being honest, the sound was better in there. Um, like the framing was good, and I was doing it actually. So this goes back to pre-sobriety. So I started TikTok when I was drinking. If you go back far
Oh.
enough, you can see how swollen my face is from all the water weight, like the beer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I
Okay.
was in my car.
I'll have to check it
I
out.
was in my car getting fucked up,
And doing
filming TikToks,
TikToks.
and like none of them really did well. And like I got into TikTok over because I was working at this other a gym. It was a health club. It was a fucking gym. And like I was Lord Commander of Sales there. I was fucking.
Lord
It said that on my business card. I got it put on the business card. Nobody fucking noticed. That's how people don't care about you there at a job. If you just put whatever you want on a business card and they don't fucking look at it. I would just do whatever I want. I would just drink in my office like Mad Men. I had a chest drawer full of fucking whiskey. But I would go to the car and I'd film these TikToks because at first it started out with like, I'm going to do fitness TikToks because it was all for marketing. Because we kept hiring these marketing people and they just kept falling short, right? So I was like,
Okay.
oh, let's do TikTok. TikTok's the new thing. Everyone's talking about TikTok. This is like 2000 fucking whatever. I'm old. And so I started doing like fitness stuff and I was like, yeah, I just want to, I'm working out, things like that. And it was all very robotic. And I look at some of my videos and I was like trying really hard to be whatever the other videos are, right? Like you're
Right.
trying to be a carbon copy. And then finally I just started doing my own thing and just telling these stupid fucking stories in my
They are
car,
so awesome.
before I went to the bar. And like that's the only reason I did the car too, is like
Okay.
because of that. And now I do it again because the lighting is good
The
or it's
lighting's
better.
great. Your
Yeah.
lighting always looks. Your face shines.
Sometimes, well, that's because I put grease on it, right? Like I
It looks
use like
great.
Crisco, just like right on there to get a nice
Oh, I
sheen
thought you were
from the
using
sun.
a makeup artist.
No, it's a
Oh, it's
fucking. There's a filter on there. It automatically did it. I didn't know it was on there for a while. Now when I turn it off, I just see how 40 I am, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. Because people are like, you have great skin, and I'm like, I fucking love this filter. Because I'm also vain. But yeah, no, that's how the whole thing started in the car, and then I had one video go semi-viral on. It was like a story about how to get a raise or some shit, and it just devolved into like punching your boss in the face and like saying "fuck it."
They're so funny, and your employee ones are funny. And the way you tell your stories in the car, I think that's why I enjoy your TikTok so much.
Yeah, I mean, like, so I was a writer, right? Like, I had a scholarship for journalism, and I used to
Oh
write a lot.
wow.
I used to write comedy. I used to do stand up. I used to write, and I would tell these fucking bullshit stories. And like Norm Macdonald's my hero, right? Like he has just like I love dragging shit out as long as I possibly can for like where like the punchline isn't what's funny. It's the story of how to get to the punchline.
That's my silliness
The
right
setup
there.
is funny to me. It's very Canadian
But
humor.
you can get through the setup. I'm too busy going, oh my God, I can't even get through it.
My wife fucking hates it. She's like, I'll tell her a story and like she's like, this is a true story, and I'm like, and I have to get to the punchline at the end. She's like, fuck you,
Well,
man.
your setup punch is really on point.
Sometimes most of the stuff I just make up as I go. Like I
Right.
don't have a punchline. I usually just want to throw 2 or 3 stupid jokes in there to test out, and no one watches them. Like I get like maybe like I mean like there's some that do really well. Some of them I'm like I don't know how this did well.
Okay. Those of you listening, he's totally being modest. He does really well. He has almost 100,000 followers.
I recently posted a video that had over 14 million views, over 2 million likes, over 30,000 comments. It was reshared over 70,000 times, and it was favorited by over 120,000 people. That's all a bit much. And with that came over 30,000 new followers. So if you're new here, I'm sorry. This is all very weird for me.
He's doing great and he's hilarious. So, okay, wait. What's the weirdest DM you've ever gotten?
Oh my God.
Because I'm new to this whole DM thing. I get a lot of sugar baby offers.
Oh, no, I don't get those
They're
anymore,
weird.
man. They are, and I know a lot of people that's I see comments about that shit. I used to get something. Now it all goes to requests, right? So I have blocked my messages.
Oh, okay. I gotta learn.
So like I have to, like, it'll be like you have a message request, and I'll go to it and I'll be like, all right, this is obviously not a real person, or it's weird. And like some of them are like people that I check to see if they follow me. If they follow me too, I'll read it. I'll read the message. I try to see everybody's messages because I have a lot
So
of
do
people,
I.
a lot of people that are in recovery reach out to me, or like, hey, I need help. And I've talked to some dudes before, and I've done research for them in their area
Oh, that's awesome.
to find outpatient or inpatient places, or places that take their insurance.
You're serving.
I've called places before and been like, hey, I got a guy who's looking into this. He's got this issue. I'm not like a case manager or anything. It's just
Right.
like, hey, like, I just want to get some information on your place. If this works best for them. Anyway, I think the weirdest thing though I got was, I don't know, I had this video go, like, it's got 8.6 million views on fucking YouTube. Me and my daughter, right? And then like I didn't have a shirt on or something, like I had a robe, like a fucking wonderful robe. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Like, yeah, and it was where like my daughter like had like a rumbly tumbly in her belly, and it just worked out perfectly for the video, and like that's what made that go viral. It had nothing to do with me. But like I had my shirt off, and this guy sent me a message, and he was like, "Hey, you should do more videos with your shirt off." And no, and he said, "But like, bring your pants down a bit too, but just a little bit."
Are
Like,
you
and
serious?
he was like very descriptive, and I was like, "Should I start an OnlyFans? Like, should I ask how much he's willing to offer, like, for that?" And I was like, "No, I didn't really think that." But like, it was so weird the way he said it, and then he tagged me in a video of him shirtless, and it
Oh
was
my
like,
gosh.
it was interesting.
It's
you
a
know?
wild world. Listen, it's a wild world. It's the Wild West. But I just think I get a lot of. Have you ever heard of a sugar baby? And I'd like to give you 5,000. I'm like, and then in the beginning, I was like, thank you very much for the opportunity.
No, just ignore
Now
it.
I'm just ignore them all.
Do
'cause
not
I'm like,
engage. Do not engage.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm good. I'll pass on that.
I don't know if you know how to check your blocked messages, like your blocked
I,
comments.
I I think I'm learning. You go up to the top and
For your block, yeah, the
oh
comments
yeah
that were
yeah yeah
filtered.
yeah yeah.
Like, I turned off the filter because I was tired of going there and seeing like all the shit. And I was like, I let my fucking followers go nuts. I'm like, I don't report anybody unless you say some outrage. You got to be really
No, I
outrageous.
think it's fun to see how the followers
Engage.
engage
Oh,
and they'll
man.
take care of it. Like I
Oh,
had someone
yeah.
made a comment about me in a bikini and that was it. That person probably never wanted to make a comment again.
Oh, yeah, no.
He was like, "Look, grandma," and everybody else was like, "What do you mean, you know?"
Yeah.
Okay, so wait, I have a question for you. If your car could talk, what would it say about you? Because you're always in it with your videos.
I'm glad you're not drinking anymore. Dude, my car used to be a fucking mess. Like, I don't know. Do you know why I quit drinking?
No,
So like I thought I was fine, but I go to these meetings, right? These fucking 12-step program shit. And you hear things, right? Like,
Yeah.
like recently I heard one that was really good. It was alcoholism is an elevator that only goes down,
Oh wow.
and you can get off on any floor.
Mm.
And to get back up, it only takes 12 steps.
Oh, that's really cool. I like that.
Yeah, I added that last part in. The guy didn't say that. I was
Way
really
to
disappointed.
go.
But yeah, I
Boom.
was like, fuck yeah, I'm taking that. Because I write down something from every meeting I go to.
Oh wow.
But one person said he's 22 years sober, and he goes, my daughter has never seen me drunk. And I got to walk her down the aisle. And I quit drinking when my wife was pregnant with our daughter, second child. And when she was pregnant, she said she was going to quit drinking. I said, yeah, I'll quit drinking with you, because I did that for our son. I did not. I just drank without her. And with my daughter, I said, yeah, I'll quit drinking too. So I said, I'm going to make that conscious decision to stop drinking. And I couldn't. And that's when I was like, I got a problem. And then my wife thought I was having an affair. Like, she thought I was cheating on her. So she goes into my car when I was out with some friends drinking. She goes into my car, grabs my iPad. Because, yeah, I was acting fucking shady as shit. Because I told her
Right.
I'd stop drinking, but I didn't.
Lying and
So
hiding.
I gave her every fucking reason to, like, what the fuck is going on. I was just being weird. I'm not going to lie. I'm a weird dude as it is.
Right.
Like,
I was gonna say.
but I was being more weird, right? Like, so she goes into my iPad. She doesn't find anything that's like of any real consequence. But when I came back and she was like, yeah, and she, there was some messages from people I met at a bar. And I didn't tell her I was going to a bar and I wasn't spending that time there. I should have been with my kids or doing the other stuff. And I was lying about where I was. But I said, did you look anywhere else in my car? And she said, no. And there were like trash bags full of like shit, man. Like it was fucking so bad. Like shame and guilt, right? Is something you got to
Right.
work through. Like I was not proud of myself for like the trunk with like whiskey bottles where I was like going out to my car to drink and hiding it. And then I said, yeah, okay, I'm definitely going to quit drinking now. Right. And I said, told my wife, I said, I'm an alcoholic. And she said, no fucking shit. No shit, dude. Like, again, everybody knows. Everybody knows. You're not sneaky. So I said, all right, cool, I'm going to quit
Oh my
drinking. And then,
gosh.
so this is where it gets like dark. I'm going to, trigger warning
Okay.
for anybody out there. But she got rid of all the alcohol in the house, except for, it was like some wine that was hers that I wasn't a big wine person. But she didn't get rid of, it was pumpkin whiskey.
Ugh.
Yeah, exactly. And it was a full fucking bottle of pumpkin whiskey that we had had for 7 years. Me, an alcoholic, did not drink it. That's how bad it was. Like, but then it was the only thing left. So she went to go put our son to bed. And when she got out from putting our son down, that bottle was fucking empty. And it was one of those things where I was like, yeah. And I was like hiding it again. Like, I don't know why. Like, I have no idea why. Like, that's what they say, like, in these meetings, they go that you're powerless over alcohol. I still don't know why. And then, like, it turned into a thing. We had a very heated conversation.
I bet.
And then I tried to hang myself, like, in the basement. And that didn't go well. And then I called, the next day, I thought about it again. I called a hotline, and then I checked myself into the VA.
Wow.
Again.
Wow.
No. Yeah, I checked myself in the VA on the psych ward. And, again, back in Martinsburg. And then I thought I was going to do a program there, but we ended up going to another place that was much fancier and nicer than the VA.
Hmm.
But yeah, then that was March of 2022.
Wow.
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
you're amazing. I am so glad. I am so glad you're here.
I'm glad to be here.
You're funny, you're wise, you're smart, you're warm, you're kind. You have a lot of empathy. I really mean that. Thank you.
Oh, well, let me go back. Hold on. What year is it?
Is it 2025?
So it's 2 years ago. It's 2 years ago. It's 2020. Yeah, 2023. I think that was it. Yeah, because I'm coming up on 40. And I was 30 when I stopped using heroin. So yeah, I'm trying to do math. There's a reason I work at an athletic resort. But yeah, no.
Yeah. Wow. That is so deep. So just Joe is fine. That's for damn sure.
Yes. No. Yeah. That whole thing is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just love that you're here and you're telling your story and you're helping me to tell mine. And I feel like we have a lot more stories to tell and we have a lot more people to affect. So I'd hope that we have more and more conversations.
Yeah. No, I love this, man.
Because this is my next step is to show the world that yes, Layla Phillip was an addict, but look at
Yes.
Layla now, 11 years.
And you're doing a fucking podcast.
I know.
You're all out, man. You have the mics and
I'm
everything.
living my dream. I know it only took me 8 hours to set all this up because I'm working through the fact that I hate things that are technical. I don't like directions. I don't like reading. I don't like instructions. But I'm working through it, and I'm sober, so I can do that.
Yes.
You know,
Because you're sober.
Yeah,
But I mean, all
yeah.
right. So this is really cool because I mean I've done podcasts before, right? But it's not like this. It was always like DMs, right? Like, hey, you want to be on my podcast? But the couple times I've done it has been like really weird.
Wow.
The first one I did, I talked about methadone for fucking 30 minutes, right? 30 minutes on the phone. It was a phone thing.
Okay.
And then like at the end, like I just talked. That's how much I talk. And the guy said nothing at the end, and I was like, "What the fuck,
Was
man?"
he still there?
No, he wasn't.
Oh.
He had, dude, like fucking 5 minutes into my whole diatribe,
That is hilarious.
it had shut down. And then he came back, and I was like, "I'm just burnt out." And I was sick. I had COVID.
Oh,
So like I was doing
wow.
this, and I sound even more nasally than I do now. And like which I lean into this, by the way, the Richard Dreyfuss thing.
Yeah, because you're like, this is Joe.
Yeah. Yeah. I totally leaned into that. That's not how I really talk.
No, but I just remember seeing you and like, oh my gosh, and then like totally enjoying your videos. And then I was like, well, I'm just gonna do like 2 a week because I don't want people to know like I'm doing these videos. And then I was just like, I'm about to unleash,
Yeah, man. No, go fucking nuts, dude.
and I'm
'Cause,
having
like,
the time of my life.
yeah, exactly. It's that expression, right? I mean, the expression of self. So like, I didn't care, and that's when I started getting like some traction. Is when I just started like saying shit.
It's the most fun. Like
Yeah.
I started doing like little videos here and there. I'm not holding back because I know I'm funny.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, no, you have and having fun, man. Because you
And I'm
again,
having fun, and it's no different than what I already am. I mean, you know, when I walk in the gym, it's so much fun. I honestly, I think I should just be a greeter there.
you are a character. It's not a Walmart.
I
It's
know, but
a
I just sit there and like I talk. I'm like, hi. I know
yeah,
everybody's
no,
names, and I'm
no.
like, I know when people have lost weight. I know when they've gotten a new outfit. I know what their workout is. Like, right. If I just sit right there, I just
Yeah, you come out like the best thing is like, so I give tours, right? Like
yeah. I love when you give
yeah,
tours. I
yeah,
get
because I
all
see
into
you, and then
it.
I'm like, all right, cool. Like, here's Layla, like, and then you'll just be like, oh, this place is amazing. It's great. It's fantastic.
I know, it's so
And after they walk away, I'm like, she's fucking nuts. Like, don't listen to her.
No, then I follow up with them, and if they're women, I
Yeah.
follow up with them in the locker room. Like,
Yes.
so you joined. Tell me about your experience so far.
Yeah.
Is there anything that we can do here to help you? What do you need? This is the women's locker room. I told a woman today
Yeah.
in a tour, I said, ma'am, when you walk up the steps after your workout, in that corner, if you see me and my friend Kelly, we're solving the world's problems. So as you get up there, we'll solve our problems. But then if you see us in the parking lot, the problems have started all
Yep.
over again,
Yep.
and we're really into it, and we never know where we park. If you'd like to join us, that's great. If you don't want to be late for work, stay clear of me.
Yes. I
You
love
know,
it.
so-
that it's a whole disclaimer before they meet you.
Oh, absolutely.
I should sign. You should have everybody sign a waiver when they meet you.
100%,
Like,
'cause
all
it's
right,
what it's gonna
if we're
be
gonna have
like.
a conversation, just sign this, and so I release your liability.
You know, because I just everywhere I like to enter a room, but also I like to be in the room. So I'm always like, "Hey, good morning. It's 5 a.m."
Does that drive your husband crazy?
He says I make a lot of noise in the morning, but I don't hear it. I don't see it. I've always been a morning person. I used to wake up when I was younger, and I'd be like, Monia, are you up? And miraculously, she was always up.
Monia is
My
Layla's sister.
Yes, my best friend. We're 17 months apart. And I was like, she would be like, okay. And I'm like, let's go downstairs. Let's play. Let's go downstairs. Let's play. And God love her, but like she totally would go along with it, you know? And she was so sweet and so calm and so quiet. I'm the youngest. I'm the baby.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of energy.
Same.
A lot of energy. So I love waking up early. I wake up at 4. I'm like, let's go. But that's just natural. You know what I mean? But I go to bed at like 8 o'clock.
Oh, similarities, except I'm not a morning person. I'm more up at night.
Okay.
But like same youngest, my brother Johnny. He's 18 months older. He was a huge part of my life. He just got out of prison.
Oh, congratulations. That's good to
Well, it was a
hear.
couple years ago, but like
But
it's
still.
always so he did 10 years, so it'll be like for the next 9 years he'll be just got out of prison.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's there mentally, like
Yeah.
out of there yet. I don't know. It's complicated, but like yeah, he was a huge part of same thing. Like he put up with a lot of my shit. A lot of we both trauma bonded over our childhood. I would say. I don't know if I mean I.
But you're both here.
Yeah, so like I guess working on you say working on yourself, right? Like
Yeah. And really just not being ashamed.
there's
So
a dark side to everybody, right? Like what we
yeah.
present to the world is not who we are.
Yeah.
I think that's the hardest thing about doing any social media content too, is that like I tell people I'm like, this is a fucking keyhole perspective of my life. You are only seeing, me in my fucking car talking to myself, but you're seeing just this, right? But you don't know that there's like so much more out there. Like that's why I think I started opening up too, is like video journaling, kind of like about my mother passing. And
I find those to be very cathartic when
Yeah.
you have those. And I feel like that's what I'm sort of doing now and adding. So because I feel like I have the opportunity just to showcase everything, right? Which is why I call myself incredibly happily distracted,
Yeah.
because for me, distractions are like a party. They're not a problem. I guess unless I don't get my work done, they're probably a problem. But I just think it's important for me to showcase those different things and then just be really honest. But I'm finding a community, and I hope to create one, right? And as I walk through this and I own this and I let go of that shame, then like I don't know, I hope other people can do the same and laugh along the way, because there's so much laughter to be had in sobriety.
yeah, levity to fight the gravity, man.
And you really can live your dreams, whatever they are, when you're sober. But I will tell you, when you are not sober, nothing good happens.
Because I think when you're, wow, man, when you're using, man, life is a dream. It's not fucking real, dude.
No, you start acting like you have a lot of dreams though, like
Yeah.
let's do this and that about,
fuck,
and then the
man.
next day you're like, I didn't do anything.
So let me, and one of my father's sayings, he said, man, the difference between cocaine and meth, right? This is the shit I grew up in.
Cocaine, you write books.
Yeah, he goes, he said, cocaine, you'll think about painting your house.
Yeah.
On meth, you will paint your house 10 different colors.
Oh my God.
And you'll
that's
do it.
hilarious.
Like, and man, he had I don't know what, dude, there's a story. It's not my story, it's my brother's story. I would love to tell it in my perspective, but I'm not going to steal it from him. My brother was out on the porch and he was, this is years ago, and he was doing cocaine. And my dad comes out and sees him. We're grown-ups at this point. But my dad comes out, sees him, and he goes, give me some of that. And he does a line. He goes, this stuff is shit. And he walks back in. But then again, my dad grew up in the freaking his 70s, 80s when he was
right.
like
Miami.
So he was all fucking fancy cocaine. Like, get out of here, man. Like, this is mostly, I don't know what the fuck it is. Like, I'm pretty sure I've shot drywall up. Like,
Oh gosh.
like, the fucking, again, shit you do, man. Oh my gosh. Like, back then, it was like, I used to shoot what I hoped was heroin. Like, you don't fucking know, man. You never know out there.
So good that you're here.
Hey, man, like, I think it's good that everybody's here. Well, it's funny. At graduation yesterday, right?
Yeah.
So, I graduated from a community college. Thank you very much. 40-year-old man here. It was...
That's my applause button. Psych, I don't know how to use it.
At graduation, somebody noticed me. It was the first time I've ever been spotted out. I was the guy next to me at graduation. He goes, man, you look just like this guy from TikTok. And I was like,
awesome.
I was like, that's probably me. I used to be really ashamed of it. Like, be like, oh, you're on TikTok. I saw you on TikTok. And I'm like, fuck, which video? Like,
What'd I do?
yeah, like, what was I running on
Oh my
about?
gosh, Joe, isn't that awesome? That is
Yeah.
a
So I was like,
really
yeah.
cool feeling.
I was like, man, this guy made my fucking day.
You
He
damn
had
right.
No idea, man.
On the day of your graduation.
Yes.
That is awesome.
Which was great. Yeah, it's funny. So I went to college before. I went to film school.
Yeah.
And I was like smoking crack in the parking lot, like the
How'd
parking
that
garage.
work out for you?
I do not have a film degree. I'll tell you that much. I went fucking 4 years to a 2-year film school. So thanks to the GI Bill funding my addiction. I just didn't, I just wasn't into it after a while.
Yeah,
Like,
you have to have passion and really love something to do it.
yeah, I didn't graduate high school. I never walked across the stage ever in my life.
Did you walk yesterday?
I did, yes.
Yay!
Yes. I wore a fucking hat and a gown. I was like,
You did it all. You
I'm a-
experienced it all.
I was a fucking wizard.
Oh, that's awesome.
And like, but like my father-in-law was there, my mother-in-law,
Wow.
my kids, and my wife, and that's my family, dude.
There you
Like,
go.
But with both my parents, they never saw me walk anything. They went to my graduation at the Air Force from basic training. They were there for that, but like other than that, man, I can't remember anything that I've done that they've been super proud of, other than like when I was acting. Like I did a lot of stage stuff, but like, so it was a really weird thing. So my father-in-law and my mother-in-law, I gotta tell you, man, like in my sobriety, like they have been the most supportive. So when I got out of the VA hospital, when I got off of heroin 10 years ago, instead of going back home or going back to nowhere, they let me live in their attic. So like, which is a completely different lifestyle, right? Like they had a nice house. They had, a family that presented very well compared to mine, like things I was not used to. And I got to be around them, but they were like, 100% about just getting better. Cause when I was in the hospital, they came by on Thanksgiving and their church brought all this like Thanksgiving food for me. Cause you can't bring it in and give it to the patients unless it goes through the kitchen and has to go through food.
Right.
But they could bring me the food specifically and I could share it. It was a weird loophole. So we had this massive Thanksgiving feast and they got a huge kick out of helping all, like being there. Like people brought like Tupperware and shit.
serving.
Yeah, serving. And I'm a big person on serving, man. If you want to be great among you, you must serve others as a servant. And being a servant, and that's the whole reason for the addictions therapy, stuff like that, is seeing, my wife's family be so supportive of the recovery. And then when I would stop drinking, they were very supportive. And they're still very much there for me. And they were very proud of the graduating, and they made a much bigger deal out of it than I would have, because I don't care about stuff. I don't know.
That's really special, though. So can you give me 3 words that could just describe where you are and how you feel today at this moment?
To quote the meetings, right? 3 words.
Yeah.
Is keep coming back, right? And I mean that over everything,
Wow.
right? Like, don't give
Wow.
up. Just keep coming back, man. That's, again, things I've picked up. That whole thing about, like, I'm 22 years sober. My daughter's never seen me drunk. I am only 2 years sober, and my daughter has never seen me drunk.
I love
And
it.
she's about to turn 2. I mean, like, the bar's low at this point, but, like, I can say,
There goes the
yeah,
humor.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, man. Okay, so this has been amazing. I want you to tell people where they can find you.
Yes, I am right now at your house.
Don't give out my address.
Yeah. No, so I'm on YouTube, TikTok. Just Joe is fine. You just search it up; it'll come right up.
Wow. Hey, Joe. Thank you for this.
I am so glad we did this.
Phew. You know how nervous I was?
You're very sweaty.
I know what?
yeah, no.
That's it for Happily Distracted. I'm Layla. I put the HD in ADHD. Hit subscribe and come party with me next time.